Well, welcome back to Rick's Corner. Can't tell you how good it feels to be back in the saddle again. I'm up about 90% now and not feeling too bad, actually feeling pretty good. I want to get into something about muscle memory, but first I want to thank all of you for all your nice emails and nice comments, and it's overwhelming, all the fans out there and how you guys supported me through all this thing I went through. You know, it pays to take care of yourself, it pays to work out, it pays to eat right. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, and so all that figures in at the end of the day, because so many people my age who have had what I had have died. And I found this out as going along through this journey. And it was a journey because I've never been through this before. Actually, I had pneumonia in the Army back in 1963. I had it, was in the hospital for a few weeks because of four-door running in the cold weather and getting hot and sweaty. Everybody got sick. Once you have it, you're kind of susceptible to it. Now, some of you asked, well, did you get sick from taking steroids? No, I wasn't taking anything. So it didn't come from that. I had a bacterial infection in my lung, which grew, and it took time because I remember not feeling good for several months, and then all of a sudden it hit. And when it did, it really took over and then increased fluid retention. My heart couldn't pump, and then the fluid got into the heart, pleural sac, into the lung, and then everything got inflamed, and one thing after another, it just did what it did. But with good medicine today, good doctors, they really pulled me through, and having a strong mind is the key. If you know you're going to get well and you point yourself in that direction, you will get well. There is no way that I would allow myself to stay sick and become one of these people who sit in bed for months saying, oh, I can't move, I can't do anything. Screw that shit, man. I got up and got out as best I could. All right, aside from that, we're talking about muscle memory because I hear this all the time. You're never going to lose anything because you have muscle memory. This is a fact. What muscle memory is, in my estimation, is you have muscle cells. The cells expand as you train. They multiply, they divide, they multiply because you're putting more work on them. You're feeding them, and they grow to accommodate the amount of strength or amount of weight you put on them. They have to meet the demand, supply and demand. Okay, so you supply, exercise your muscle, you supply demand to it, and it has to meet the supply by growing. All right, when you don't train, your muscle cells shrink down. And they shrink down, and they shrink down. Now, this isn't necessarily muscle memory. What it is it's enlarging the cell back to where it used to be. And it takes a little time, but it comes back, and it comes back pretty quick. Now, fat cells is the same sort of deal. When people lose fat, the cells don't go away. The cells shrink down very, very small. And if you stay on that diet, those cells will remain tiny. Now, people who have liposuction have those cells removed, and they have the fat cells removed around their waist, for example. But if they continue to eat and increase their calories like they did before, they'll get fat in other parts of the body where the cells still are. So it's not a cure-all. It's just for the area that it is. All right. Muscle memory. Let's just say you've been training for many years and you took off for a long period of time. Many of you guys have written me this. I've been off 5 years and I want to get my size back. You need to start training light. Don't worry about trying to world a world's record. Don't worry about you can't lift what you used to, because it's not important. Your muscles don't need that right now, and they can't accommodate that right now. They can only accommodate what you give them in light spurts. So example, if you're using, let's just say for an example, 50 pounds on a press machine, or 60 or 70, go down to 20. Do 10, 15, 20 reps. Do it for a couple of weeks, increase maybe 10 pounds. This will start to come back, and pretty soon you'll start to see a change. Now, you do this with every body part, little by little by little, and it will come back. As you increase your poundage and you get stronger, also increase your protein. Make sure you're getting the right protein, the right amount of carbohydrates, and the right amount of fats. Now, to reduce the fat in the body, the fat around the body, you want to keep your carbohydrates low, but you want to increase your fats for energy. This is a known fact since day one. This will increase your endurance and your energy, and also bring your muscle back to its original time. Now, if you're older and you want your body to be like it was when it's 20, that's not going to happen. It's just, it doesn't work that way, but it will bring it back into shape. It's not easy, it takes work. Don't give up. You can't give up because it will come back. I just started back in the gym 2 weeks ago. Now, you guys know I was in the hospital for 7 days and I was out for a month sick. I lost 30 pounds. My strength went down, of course, because size went down. But my muscles also went way down, and because of that, I lost a lot of water weight. Now, muscle holds a lot of water. That's what keeps it full. There's two types of water weight. There's water outside the muscle, and there's water inside the muscle. You don't want water, you can be tested for this too, by the way. They can tell you what your percentage of water is outside your muscle, outside the body, because this is water that surrounds things. It does no good at all. It's surrounding my lungs, it's surrounding my heart, it surrounds your belly, it surrounds your muscle, and makes your muscle look like fat rather than muscle. This is water you don't want to have. I would suggest if you're in healthy shape, eat a lot of asparagus, take a Arimidex, which stops water, talk to your doctor about a water diuretic if you need it, because that water can increase your blood pressure. It can also increase your heart working harder and can stimulate maybe a heart attack. So try to eliminate the water. Water comes from eating a lot of salt. I see people sit down and they salt their food before they even taste it. How do you know it even needs it? It's a habit. You're eating the salt, that's what you eat. You might as well just eat salt, forget the food, because it's doing you no good. All right, so muscle memory will come back. I started back 2 weeks ago. I started doing lighter weights. I'm sore. Oh man, am I sore. And I see a difference in my chest, shoulders, and arms. My biceps and triceps, a little. They got pretty weak. And then I have a torn tricep on my right arm, which accounts for a loss of size as well. And I have a pinched nerve somewhere in my shoulder neck, because this arm is smaller than this arm now. And I have nerve damage in my hand. So that arm's not going to respond like this arm. But I did notice that the first couple of workouts, we want to get a pump. That's what we do when we train. I wasn't getting a pump, and it was the loss of the water. I was basically dehydrated because of all the weight I lost through water and diuretics. Take the potassium, I do all the right things. I don't want to do creatine because creatine will retain water, but it might retain a bad spot right now, so I don't do that. However, if you're healthy, it will put water into your muscle. Give it a week. Make sure your food is good. Take it slow the second week, build up a little bit more on the resistance as far as adding more weights. Don't try to kill yourself. Third week, add a little bit more. Fourth week, add a little bit more. And about the end of the third week, fourth week, you'll start to feel like you're in the groove again. Once you're in the groove, and you know what I mean by the groove when you're training, you'll be able to respond, get a pump, and start feeling things starting to happen. Like I said, I'm at the second week now, and I did a full chest workout, which I hadn't done yet. I did a full shoulder workout the other day, and a back workout to the best I could. I'm still a little weak, but it's from being sick. I can feel everything coming back. My weight jumped 2 pounds maybe out of the 30 that I lost. I don't care about gaining weight. Someone says, oh, you're going to gain all your weight back? No, I don't want to be heavy. I'm at a point in my life where I want to be lean, man. My jeans fit good. They look sexy. That's what a girl says. And I just want to stay lean and hard. I like that hard, muscular body, not the bulky thing I had back in the 70s. I don't need that anymore. So muscle memory, you guys that are older, you can get it back. Don't overtrain. Train to accommodate what it needs, and take it slow. Watch your mirror, watch your clothes, watch the scale. Now the scale's not always a true answer, because you can be skinny and fat, or you can gain weight back and it can be the wrong weight. You want to go by the mirror and how your clothes fit. Take a look at yourself, see what you need to adjust. If one of your body parts is lagging, put an extra day in on it. But don't kill it. Let it recover. You need that day off every once in a while to help recover your muscles so they grow. And you will gain it back. And I've heard this word for years about muscle memory, and it's a good term. And it does apply, but it's basically the cells coming back. You still have the cells, and the cells will increase in size. If you don't train those muscles, the muscle shrinks down, the cells shrink down. It's like a balloon. You blow the balloon out, it expands. You let the balloon out, it just sits. If you don't exercise that balloon and blow it up every day, it's going to stay down. So that's my take on muscle memory. If you're starting out, I had guys write to me, they're weightlifters, back 20, 30 years ago. I listed all this weight, I benched 4, I benched this. I did too, I don't care. I use a machine with 25s on each side, doesn't matter to me. I'm not on an ego trip. I just want to get my body back in shape where I feel good, where I feel strong. And this is what you're trying to accomplish as well, because this is what you write to me about. So go back to the gym, start slow. You might want to try this. I did a thing where I did like 2 exercises per body part in one workout. So I went through everything. 2 sets of 12 reps, the whole body. Skip a day, do the bike. Next day, do the same thing. Skip a day, do the bike. The next day, do the same thing. Second week, start dividing the body parts up. I went in and did one body part a day, maybe one and a half, one body part, a half of this body part, that body part the next day, a half of this body part, that body part full the next day. And it seemed to work without killing it. It was basically stimulating. I tried this years ago. If I was doing chest and back on one day and I had arms coming up, I did 2 sets of arms that same day just to get a little blood into them, stop, and then hit arms the next day. It's a theory that I had back in the 70s and it seemed to work. So I hope this little speech I just gave helps you, because it certainly helped me, and it'll help me under the things that I went through and the trauma that I went through. It's definitely going to help you. I will post this on my show. You can write any comments that you want. If I can get to them, I will answer them for you. I'm really busy catching up right now, but I still want to get back to my audience and my fans and let you know what's up, how to train, and how to eat. And by the way, I am so hungry, it's ridiculous. I had never had this appetite before I got sick, but I got it now and I can't stop eating. And it's a pleasure to go out and eat good food or have something nice. There's a barbecue place by me, and my girlfriend teases me because I get hooked on restaurants. I just get hooked. There's a barbecue place by me that has the best brisket of beef sandwich I ever had, and the beans. Well, I look to the left and you can fill your drink, but I look beyond the left and they have ice cream cones with free soft serve ice cream. It's just free ice cream. So I went and made myself a cone on Saturday. I thought, well, I've lost a lot of weight. I'll have another cone. So I had 2 of them. And I'll tell you, it's definitely good. And when you're down, it makes you feel better. Anyway, stay tuned for more Rick's Corners. And write in your questions. I'll do what I can. And remember all those things I tell you, because it's important. Remember I told you before, your mind is your boss. It tells you what to do, and your body is your medicine in the gym. So take care of that, and I'll see you next time.
It's rickdrasin.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.